For the second year in a row, the Southern Nevada Jackrabbits of Las Vegas Motorcycle Club, which includes lots of Utah members and leaders, put on the first motorcycle desert race at the end of a summer break. Once again, both the Friday night Hard Enduro and the Saturday Desert Grand Prix were well attended, and the many Jackrabbits and Project Enduro for Vets volunteers made sure these were first-class events. First, the Hard Enduro Rhythm Knockout, co-hosted by the Jackrabbits and the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games, was already challenging last year. The 2024 version was twice as long and added several fiendish new obstacles. Like last year, the first part of the course involved crossing massive truck tires standing vertically, then crossing a mud hole on planks, or riding through the mud. Next was a small boulder field before clearing more huge tires laying sideways and then jumping a pyramid of 3 horizontal utility poles. A trap made from more crossways utility poles spaced at various distances followed, with still more poles laying over a small hill. The main change for the start was elimination of the platform drop-off, but with suspended logs to ride over for the adult classes. For this year, all of that was just the first part of the course. Riders next had to clear a large concrete pipe, then ride a sweeping 180-degree turn with good-sized logs across it. They then rode a gradient down to a log wall, which they had to climb out over, although youth classes had a step up. Then over more tires and a smaller concrete pipe along a small ridge. The reward for clearing all of that was a dirt pit with steep entry and exit walls, then a steep K-rail freeway divider, which the youth got to go around. That dumped riders into another matrix of horizontal logs. A narrow bridge was available to bypass part of the matrix, but it was so close to the K-rail that nobody took advantage of it. Next, riders finally got a short respite, a flat straightaway that fed into 2 sets of vertical mining truck tires. Lots of pros and experienced riders cleared both in a single jump. An easy 180 and one more time over those brutal suspended logs got riders to the finish line over the first set of vertical tires. The divisions, or classes, were girls aged 12 to 17 riding any size bike, beginner youth on small bikes, boys aged 12 to 15 on small bikes, boys aged 16 to 18, 85cc bikes up to as big as they wanted, and then adults age 18 plus on big bikes of 125 cc's and up, and that included amateurs and experts. Rounding out the classes were pro women and open pro classes, both eligible for cash and other prizes. The Hard Enduro Rhythm Knockout was a lot of fun to watch, with plenty of successes and some big failures. Some obstacles were really brutal, and more than a few riders were running a hard enduro course for the first time. The suspended logs, in particular, seemed to cause the most spectacular crashes, but every obstacle managed to frustrate riders at one time or other. In spite of the challenging course, even the first-time riders we spoke to were happy to be there and had a great attitude about the most frustrating obstacles, even if that meant being part of the carnage, as one rider put it. For instance, Johnny Riggins, riding Husqvarna number 181, was an experienced motocrosser attempting hard enduro for the first time. He was holding his own until he experienced arm pump on the short straight leading to the double rows of tires. The resulting cramp kept him from backing off the throttle, so he sailed well past the second set of tires with huge air. Unfortunately, he came down in a muddy section on the front wheel, endoing and face planting into the mud. We're happy to report that Johnny and the Husqvarna were fine and ran the Desert Grand Prix the following day. Another first-time enduro rider we spoke with was Michael Donnelly. He competed in the 16 to 18-year-old class and pulled off the win. There were lots of great riders in the Open Pro class, which finally came down to the best 2 of 3 runs between 2 Utahns. They were 3-time AMA National Hare and Hound champion Jack Anderson and experienced AMA Hard Enduro Pro Nick Thompson. For both runs, Jack got the jump on the cold engine-off start, but Nick quickly caught him and worked his way past. Nick then made the course look formulaic, but with Jack hot on his tail. Jack wound up in second place. However, finishing such a wicked course only seconds behind Nick Thompson is a great accomplishment.
long. Yeah. All right. First one's going for Nick Johnson.